Another museum tour? Come on, Nasty. I thought this was a motorcycle channel. I recently found myself near Detroit for my cousin's wedding. The ceremony was fantastic, and it's always great to see family. But I'm a gearhead and a history nut, so I couldn't resist a side trip to the Henry Ford Museum next to the Ford plant in Dearborn, Michigan. I love history and all things motive, and I was expecting a gallery of the history of Ford. I was pleasantly surprised to find that the Henry Ford is a museum of all things motive, featuring milestones of American industrial ingenuity over the past century. So I invite you to join me through a slideshow of some of the exhibits that caught my eye. I did manage to find the only motorcycle in the place, a 75 CB750. Here's the OG overlanding vehicle. This Volkswagen bus is one sweet example. There were plenty of exhibits that didn't feature vehicles. This one featured American kitchens throughout the years. This exhibit featured generational trinkets and gadgets that are long extinct. I actually had these two things when I was a kid. The old Ford 8N. I had one of these babies too, and it served me well. I find a certain beauty in old mechanical machinery. Notice the old governors and spherical flyweights. This is where the term running balls out comes from. Here's a huge machine that would automatically mill engine blocks and cylinder heads for the old Ford plant in the early days. A lot of these machines pictured are examples of how a shop or factory began mass production of a simple thing like a screw versus hand craftsmanship. I love how a lot of antique machinery integrated ornate decorations even though it added nothing to functionality. It says something about craftsmanship and style. Here's an original tool case display from an old hardware store from around 80 to 100 years ago. Imagine the possibilities of what could be accomplished with all these tools. The largest exhibit in the place, the Allegheny-class locomotive, was the largest steam-powered train ever produced. It was quickly made obsolete by diesel engines, but it was a beast. It burned so much fuel that an auger pushed coal directly from the hopper car forward into the engine. Speaking of beasts, here's a look at some of the presidential limos over the years. They even had JFK's from that fateful and tragic event in 1963. The convertible top was enclosed after his assassination. And of course, being an old pilot myself, I love all the aeromotive exhibits.